it's great. It works. So,
You're right.
you know.
You know. Now, are there any things, Brandon, that sometimes make you want to say "fuck this shit"?
Yeah. The alarm clock going off. That's the first one. I will schedule a production. I will cast everyone. I will do all the grunt work. I will do all the fun work. I will do absolutely everything to get it ready to roll. And Saturday morning, that alarm clock will go off, and it's time to get up and drive to location. And I'm like, oh, why did I do this today?
Yeah.
And then I get there, and everything's great. But, you know, there's a lot of things. Everything has a hiccup. You know, everything. There's always something that gets in the way. And it just, I've seen people quit for the dumbest reasons.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, it's like, you're not even going to try.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like, why? Why would you stop? That's not even a big deal. You know?
And that's anything in life that people want to do. That's just not being like entertainers. That's with anything. People quit before they give it a shot.
Right.
You know, if it's something that you really want to, if you claim that it's something that you really want to do, why would you give up on it? Why would you? How could you?
I currently have a job that I do not enjoy.
Right.
And I currently on the side spend all my free time doing what I love.
Right.
And if I could get rid of that part that I don't like and replace it with what I love, like that would be incredible.
Yeah.
And to just go, you know what? It didn't work out right away, so I'm just going to stop doing that thing that I really enjoy, and I'm just going to go back to this job that I can't really stand.
Right.
I just can't imagine dying knowing that that's how I spent my entire life.
You know? That's the fuel to my engine, man.
Yeah.
Is that right? That what you just said? That's the fuel for it all. Honestly.
Yeah. Like things happen. I understand that people have hiccups in life that they just simply cannot avoid. And I understand the reason why you might have to give up something. That I get that. But the quitting part is the part that I can't get behind it.
No.
Did you not like doing this? No, I absolutely loved it. Well, why not do it anymore? It's just not panning out. That's you.
Yep.
Like you're the reason it's not panning out. Like, you know, like actors as an example, actors get really upset when they don't get cast in something. And I get it. You got your hopes up and you rehearsed and you showed up for the audition, and you saw everybody else that was auditioning and you thought, all right, I've read the script. I'm perfect. You go in there and you audition and everybody loves it. And no one will tell you to your face in an audition that you're terrible. They'll just, thank you so much for coming in. We really enjoyed meeting you, blah, blah, blah. And then you never hear from them again.
Right.
And I understand how like upsetting that can be. And that might make you go, well, maybe this just isn't for me. But from a director's standpoint, like we have a character in mind.
Right.
You know, and the character that you brought today, whether or not it's just you delivering lines or you sat at home and came up with a character thinking that this represents what I see, whatever you came here today with, that's not what I saw. That's not what I want. This other person happened to show up and be exactly what we thought we needed. And so that's why that person got cast. It doesn't mean that you're a terrible actor.
Bingo.
You know, like I know people that have auditioned for, you know, I don't know how many things, a lot of things, a couple things, whatever, and they didn't get the roles that they wanted. Sometimes they're offered, you know, less important roles in the script, like a side character. Maybe it's a character that has one line or no lines. And they just think, this just isn't for me. And they walk away.
Yeah.
But you weren't cast because you didn't fit the role that for that character that the director had chosen. It doesn't mean you're terrible. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do this. It just means that this particular one doesn't fit you. And maybe that happens a couple times.
Right.
But you need to, as an actor, you should look at that and figure out why you're not getting those roles. Maybe you're trying out for the wrong roles. You know, maybe you look like a villain. Maybe you just look like you're the bad guy and you keep showing up for the, you know, happy hero that's going to make everyone laugh and save the day. And your face says, I want to kill all of you.
Yep.
You know,
and then
you need to try out for the villain role.
That same casting director may not cast you for this movie, but they may be the casting director for another movie, 3-4 movies down the line that you be perfect for. And they think about you. Oh, that one chick that auditioned for me for the horror flick, she'd be perfect for this. And then they give you a call.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Like there was I don't know if she's going to watch this. She'll know who she is. She's great. This is not anything negative about you whatsoever. But I was on set one day and the actress didn't show up. She just decided that she didn't have enough lines. It wasn't worth coming in. She'll never work with me again.
Right.
So she didn't show up. So we had 2 extras that I had to choose from to fill in this role. And of the 2, one of them looked like they were in the same class of people as the rest of the cast. She had the least experience of the 2. But if you lined her up with everyone else that had speaking roles, she fit their appearance, whereas the more experienced person did not fit the appearance, and she would have stood out in the film. And so I chose the other person just because the look of the film would have been more appealing, meaning that everyone looked like they belonged there and there wasn't somebody standing out. So I chose the less experienced actress, and it crushed the lady that didn't get the role.
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do with her. She gave a better performance in the little 5-minute audition that we did outside of set.
Right.
She killed it.
Yeah.
But she would have stood out. Like she just would have stood out. And it was like I need somebody that fits in, not somebody that stands in the front of the line.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with her, and she would be perfect in other roles. And there are times that situations like that have happened where, like we'll have like a buddy cop type of story, right? Where you got like 2 buddies or 2 siblings or whatever. And it's all about that chemistry on set. And someone will show up and they'll just blow it out of the park. Like, wow, that was the best monologue I've ever seen in my life. But they may not get cast for that particular role because there's 2 other people here that are over here giggling off screen. They've already come up with little inside jokes. I see them hanging out. Like, you guys have created a chemistry that we have to try to fake on screen. You naturally just developed it together. So if you're capable of memorizing lines, you're going to give a better performance for this particular scene than all of these other people are. So going back to this person who had a wonderful monologue, if this person keeps showing up for things, I'm going to eventually cast them just because their drive is equal to mine.
Right.
Like
that. Yep.
Like I didn't cast you in this and I didn't cast you in that. And here we are at the 3rd thing and you're still showing up with a smiling face, ready to go. Like, even if I don't have a role for you today, I now know that you want this just as bad as I want this, and you'll be in my next film. And that doesn't happen for everybody, but it has happened on multiple occasions.
Oh yeah. Like watching that movies that made us that we were talking about a few weeks back. Like a lot of times just watching that and how they put these movies together, a lot of times things happen on these movies by accident.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nothing was, whatever that was, the spectacular part wasn't playing. Yeah.
Yep. Like Iron Man, apparently in the first one, when he was at the end of the movie, when he was standing up at the podium and he was like, I am Iron Man. And that wasn't in the script, and they weren't even going to keep it. They were just coming up with things to say, and it worked. And it was like, you know what? This fits better than anything else we've come up with. And they kept it. And then that was a tear-jerking moment in the end of the franchise.
Wow.
When he spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, it's been out for a while. when he snapped his finger and passed and sacrificed his own life to save everyone, he took that line and said, I am Iron Man, and then snapped his finger, and he died. And it was a tear-jerking moment. It was very emotional for the fans that have been following them for the last 10 plus years. And it was just something that they came up with on the spot, and it became one of the most memorable moments in the entire franchise.
Yeah.
You know? They come up with stuff all the time.
Absolutely. That's how our minds work.